Alright, so some people might ask how the universe was created. And to be clear, I'm talking about the universe, which is everything. Like, just everything that exists and is, like, discoverable to humanity is considered part of the universe. So, how was the universe created? Well, first we assume that there was this, which is it's not exactly an empty space, but it's a lack of anything. There isn't even space. There isn't a vacuum. There isn't laws of physics. There isn't time. And there isn't even dimensions. It's not a three-dimensional space. It isn't dimensional. It's simply space. Okay, sorry about my setup. I don't have my real camera with me, and those are rats. Okay. That's not fun. Anyway, I'm just gonna get this video done. So, there is this lack of space, and science knows that in emptiness, in nothing, something will form. That's the way that nothing works. So, let's just say that something, this pen marks the something, forms. Boop! There it is, right there. Yeah, you can totally see that. Well, it's infinitely small, and this plane is infinitely large. So, yeah, it's not very noticeable. And this thing, unfortunately, is not suited to survive in any way, and so it immediately disappears again. And since this plane is infinitely large, there's infinitely much place for this to happen, so there is an infinite number of this thing going on, and there's no time. So you could say that it all happens instantaneously, or it happens forever, which is confusing and mind-blowing. And so, then our universe appears, right there. And I'm going to make an actual dot for this one. So I'll do it over here instead. There she is. Alright, so that's our universe. And it just, by random chance, has become something that is absolutely perfect and is actually capable of existing. It's the evolution of being able to exist instead of the evolution of being able to survive, which is actually kind of the same. And so that's how our universe began. And in this lack of space, there are an infinite number of other universes, because since there is an infinite number of space, statistically it will continue to happen. It's extremely rare for something like this to occur when you compare it to the number of random things that appear, but in terms of how many things are appearing, there are going to be a lot of those, because there's just so much space in here. And so, what are the chances that something infinitely small would appear on something else that's infinitely small in a space that's infinitely large? Not very likely. Even if it was right next to it, like right there, it's still missed. In fact, this dot is far too large. Real dots would be made with a pen that is closed, because you can't see them. So even if they were exactly on top of each other, they wouldn't really be, because they're so tiny in comparison with how large the space is. So the chance that our universe will ever interact with another one seems like it should be infinitely impossible. However, then you have the other idea, which is that because it's an infinite space, and even if you took this area, like right around here, it's a little bit hard to write. Oops, that's what I missed. I'm looking through my camera viewfinder to write that. And so in here, there's also an infinite number of spaces for things to appear. So an infinite number of universes will appear in there. So will this area become infinitely packed full and overlapping with universes, because statistically they have to form in every little tiny spot, because even the tiniest spots, because they are so small that they can exist in the tiniest spots, and they must form because there's no time, so it all happens instantly, kind of. So either this space is completely packed full of universes, or it is almost completely empty, and they are infinitely far apart from each other. Even there and there would be an infinite distance that can never be traveled. And there's also space in between or lack of space in between. So anyway, that's how our universe was formed. It's a very basic, the idea of how it came, and so that's just how the original first matter and laws of physics and time and space-time fabric came into being. So that's all. Thank you for watching.